What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. Today I'm going to focus in on the Tampa Bay Lightning. What's next for the team after losing to a Chicago Blackhawks squad that was on their way to cementing themselves as a dynasty? No shame in losing to those guys. They've been one of the best teams in the NHL over the last 6-7 years. But you look at what's to come. There's no huge contracts they got to take care of this summer. Defenseman Andre Schuster, Mark Ribeiro, and Brendan Morrow wants to come back. I mean, maybe give him the 1 year, $750,000, 1 year, $1 million type deal. Beyond that, that's really not a huge deal. Next year is the summer they're going to worry about, and they got to start, maneuvering now to ensure that gets taken care of. The biggest name free agent is Steven Stamkos. He'll be an unrestricted free agent next summer, and he will get paid. Now, as of July 1st, they can start negotiating with him. They can get a deal done. I really believe they will have a deal done by the time training camp opens up in September. I'd give him 8 years, $84 million. A $10.5 million cap, it's worth it for one of the elite snipers in the game. I know he had a noticeably quiet Stanley Cup final, but he's a guy who'll get you there. And I think having him, as part of your core going forward is one of your biggest concerns. Beyond that, Alex Killorn's restricted free agent. He's making $2.5 million now. I think 3 for Killorn should be kind of what they're aiming for. Although I don't know, he's restricted, so the Lightning have more leverage than they would with Stamkos. Might want a little bump up on that. Although the numbers are about the same. He signed a deal worth 2.5 last summer. Came up really big in the playoffs. He's gonna want for Lightning to offer 3, so maybe they split the baby and go from there. And then JT Brown, similar situation. He's making $900,000 this year. If he's gonna hold off more money, let him walk. He's replaceable. And then obviously Nikita Kucherov. Got to take care of him. So Kucherov and Killorn and Stamkos. Stamkos, Kucherov, Killorn, Brown in that order. Coburn's a free agent as well. You take advantage of that cap space. I mean, I know they gave up a lot for him, but they've got some pretty good defense prospects in the organization, namely Anthony D'Angelo. I still like Slater Koku's for what that's worth, and I think he can be a productive NHL player. So there's no point in keeping Coburn around after next season. So, and again, I could be wrong on that. That could blow up my face, but that's just something I see in that regard. Yeah, Kukuk didn't have a bad first year in the AHL, so if he can get past the many injury problems he's had, he should be a pretty good pro player. But beyond that, still every reason to be optimistic. I like the way they've drafted in recent years. The goaltending situation, I said point blank, I'd look into moving Bishop. Because I'd wait out the year with Bishop, and then realistically they can flip him after next season, win, lose, or draw. I am a firm believer in what Andrei Vasilevsky is all about. I also really like the kid that almost beat Canada in the Olympics, Gudlevskis, the 2 goalies. So having those 2 in the organization is beneficial. If you think those 2 can get the job done over Bishop, absolutely flip them. And then that opens up almost $6 million in cap space. And then now re-signing Stamkos, Killorn, all those guys isn't as tedious as it was. Especially again if you think Vasilevsky is the real deal, like I do. So anyway, definitely a really interesting situation down there in Tampa. Every reason to be optimistic. I love Stevie Yzerman, like Coach Coop, but a lot of work to do. Even though, again, this summer doesn't have the big name free agents to re-sign, you got to start thinking about next year, the year after that, and, so on and so forth. So all the while trying to keep a championship team together in the present, championship caliber team. So definitely, and here's what I said about the Blackhawks, and it's what I've learned as a Patriots fan. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick are the 2 constants in New England. The other supporting casts all change over the years. So as long as Steven Stamkos in the fold, you surround him with good players, you're going to do well. Anyway, that's all sort of the power play with CJ. Stay tuned for episodes for the final and beyond. Later, guys.